In Africa with Freddy Harteis Safaris, and this week's show promises to bring some of the most amazing animals in Africa within arm's reach, and to some needy dinner tables. So let's go hunting.
So here we are still in Africa, and the experience has been absolutely amazing. Freddy Harteis Safaris, some of the best hunting I've ever done in my whole life.
Been very fortunate to have a heck of a successful hunt, and the Bear Arena has been getting her done with us.
This is beautiful. Wow!
Not only do these animals look beautiful on the wall, but they've fed literally hundreds of people. And as we drove here, I just couldn't believe how many people are in need. So I really commend what they do, and I'm really excited to be part of this process.
In the hunting business, we like to give back to the communities. We've got an orphanage not far from us. We've got a school in Tosca. We provide a lot of this meat that you guys see that we hunt. Gets processed and it gets given to people in need in our area.
They really make you feel like family. We've been all over the world many times, but I haven't felt that emotional connection where you have someone that's so dedicated to do whatever it takes to make your experience world class. These guys, the real deal.
It's always exciting to spend time with my best friend here in Africa. We've done it now 2 years in a row.
When you come with Freddy Harteis, you are coming to one of the most premier places in all of Africa. The accommodations are 5-star.
Freddy Harteis Safaris, we're based in the northwest province of South Africa. We got probably about 21 species available.
There's nothing better than coming to Africa and you get to see so many game species in their natural habitat. The list goes on and on and on and on. So you get to come here and experience a whole different culture.
We meet a lot of good people. But Freddy, I must say, he's the real deal. He's a guy that knows his equipment. He knows how to shoot the bow. He made excellent shots. He knows our animals as good as we do.
From the day I met him, his passion for the outdoors and getting people to experience Africa at its best is in his heart.
When you come on an adventure like this, you really need to know your equipment. These bear bows are awesome. You have to be able to shoot at different yardages, different angles, from your knees, standing. We have a lot of different situations where we could be spot and stock, we could be sitting in a blind. So there's all sorts of different kinds of situations. You need to be prepared for all of them when you come on a trip like this.
So these African animals are some of the toughest in the world. They're chased by all these predators, so anytime we hit them with an arrow or a gun, they tend to run a lot further than anything in North America. We gotta make sure we have great shot placement, and we gotta make sure that we got good trackers with us. And then David Kang, my executive producer, coming with us to Africa.
The food has been amazing here, but I can't find the Starbucks for the life of me.
My producer is the definition of Hollywood. He carries his man purse around, he runs around in his flip-flops out in the dust.
People make fun of me because I'm carrying this Merce around, but it's just a fanny pack, but more fashionable. I got my sunglass case, wallet, and my passport. And then when you're really tired, you need to have this little thing go around you. My iPad, just in case you're bored, and some Band-Aids.
He's just one of those guys that you want to have with you because he has no clue about the outdoors, and it makes you really appreciate the outdoors to another level.
You get to see world-class animals at these properties that Freaky has access to and brings you to, and the conservation that hunters allow these guys to do and to continue the breeding process so that these animals can prosper and continue to grow in numbers is world-class.
I was actually getting tired of sitting in a blind, so we decided to walk and stalk on foot. So we took off on foot, and we come around the road. We're walking along the edge of the road, and Freaky spotted the Nyala, and we decided to go after him.
Badlands. It's all in the approach. Bear Archery. Walk among legends. Cherokee Sports. Solutions for the sportsman. Legendary Arms Works. Live legendary. Raptor Razor Knives. Revolutionizing the hunting and fishing world. Keystone Sporting Arms. Home of the Cricket, Chipmunk, and the new 722. Arm Score Ammo. Right on target, right on the price. Hollywood Hunter is also brought to you by these fine sponsors. At Freaky Toy Safaris, they really know how to make their hunters feel at home and give them a 5-star hunting experience. No wonder the Hollywood Hunter keeps coming back for more.
I was actually getting tired of sitting in a blind, so we decided to walk and stalk on foot. We're with Freaky Toy Safaris. Freaky, you talk to a lot of people in the industry, and they have shared with me many incredible stories of what a great hunter he is, how safe he is, how great he is with the Big Five. So we took off on foot, and we come around the road. We're walking along the edge of the road, and Freaky spotted the Nyala, and we decided to go after him. The Nyala, and he has a whole harem around him, the females. The big guy, he's sitting there in the brush, in the dark shade, and we actually make a loop around him where we could get an opening to get a shot, and lucked out. We got in about 35 yards, and he stepped right out. We could get a clean shot. And we put it right in there.
We drilled him! We drilled him! This is my favorite gun. Matt's better with the centerfire gun. I'm better with this type of gun.
Over the course of my lifetime, I've shot pretty much every bow under the sun and every brand. And started out with bear, and I will end with bear archery. I'll tell you, the last several seasons, we've been nothing but knocking them down because of their equipment being top-notch, being state-of-the-art, some of the fastest bows and some of the most accurate.
Thank you, buddy. Oh my God. That's crazy. These Nyala are absolutely gorgeous. And Freaky brought me right to him. We got a great opportunity, made a great shot. Couldn't be more proud of this.
I mean, this was one of the animals that I had never taken before. For you to have about every species under the sun that we have access to hunt, and clients can come in and you can find a place and a concession in which you have access to, you have an unbelievable operation, bud.
Thank you.
So fired up. This spring buck, which I named Mr. Bouncy Buck, come in from about half a mile away. We saw him coming forever. And right before dark, he gave us a shot at 50 yards. I drilled him. We just had a spring buck come in 50 yards. I said, this is last light, let's give it a whirl. 50 yards, an arrow arcs right in it. Boom! He just ran right into there. I don't think he went very far. Around here somewhere. You see a little bit of track here. Wait, shine over here, shine over here. There he is, yes! I can't believe it, we got him! We got him! What a beautiful animal, my gosh! What an awesome animal. Great specimen, beautiful animal, and never got one before, so really blessed to have taken this guy and bringing him home.
I can't wait to get out today. I am so excited. We've been working very hard this summer to be ready for this trip, and we're ready to go.
Great. We're gonna shoot a wildebeest?
One of the great experiences with hunting with Freaky Detroit is that you get to hunt a lot of different areas because he's got so many contacts that he's able to move us and give us different opportunities on the fly.
Here we are, last day of our Africa adventure. My last 2.5 hours to try to close out the deal on the wildebeest. I'm pretty excited and I think we can do it.
We traded our bows in for some rifles, so we went out true African safari style with the rifle and did some spot and stock. The last night on my safari adventure here with the Hollywood Hunter before I need to return home to my family and work. So hopefully we'll be able to close the deal here tonight and get it done. I got to tell you, to hear the story about how there was 40 to 50 of those animals left in the world, and now their numbers are so sustainable that they're able to hunt, and that came through the conservation of the hunting community.
Well, the Hollywood Hunter is 2 for 2 and pretty set on keeping that bear archery bow by his side. Matt, he's definitely wild about getting himself a wildebeest before he goes home.
We traded our bows in for some rifles, so we went out true African safari style with the rifle and did some spot and stock. The last night on my safari adventure here with the Hollywood Hunter before I need to return home to my family and work. So hopefully we'll be able to close the deal here tonight and get it done. So the wildebeest has been my nemesis.
Oh my God, that was such a terrible shot.
Matt really needs to be patient and not rush his shots.
I got to tell you, to hear the story about how there was 40 to 50 of those animals left in the world, and now their numbers are so sustainable that they're able to hunt, and that came through the conservation of the hunting community. Shoulder, shoulder.
Good shot, man. Beautiful. Look at that.
We were able to harvest a black wildebeest, and again, what an amazing species. I mean, you just can't say enough about how beautiful and how much conservation went into bringing those herds back to a healthy level. We're able to take a shot at a real nice wildebeest and take them home. It's a wonderful experience to be able to go hunting with your best buddy and to get, you know, to be able to tag along on these experiences with Freddy is it's such a great experience. I can't wait to come back.
This wildebeest we've been after for 2 years. These animals are definitely icons of Africa. They're some of the most gnarly, the toughest. Outside of the buffalo, I would say the hardest animal to bring to the ground. I've seen more of these things get hit hard and take all day to find because they're just so daggone tough. They were very weary. They were spooky as heck. They knew we were there. We just waited for the perfect opportunity. We drilled them.
We just got ourselves a wildebeest.
I think I hit him great. I feel really good. That was an emotional roller coaster. That's a big wildebeest. That was the biggest one of the bunch. So we got our little tracker. I named him Nosy. I'm excited we got to drill a wildebeest so he can help us out. Oh my gosh, that dog's amazing. Look at him. How cute is he? Good job, buddy. Good job. You are awesome. Come here. You are so good. I would have never found them. So cute. Good deal. That's awesome. How fish you? That's awesome. Oh man, I've been after this guy for 2 years. This is the first one I shot that wasn't wounded. I shot one last year that was already wounded. What a beautiful animal, my gosh. Gnarly.
We've been busy.
We have been very busy. And we're finishing up the list here. Couldn't be more proud. The Bear Arena just seems to be laying them down this year. And just having so much fun out here in Africa. Fricky do toy safaris, I'll tell you. We've hunted all over the world between my father and I and been to Africa over a dozen times. It's very hard to find a place that can do as good for you as they say they can. I couldn't be more proud to work with Fricky directly and just what a class act he is and his team. Just want to show just appreciation and a little shout out to how much we really appreciate a great safari, and I'll tell you, I'll be back.
Badlands. It's all in the approach. Bear Archery. Walk among legends. Cherokee Sports. Solutions for the sportsman. Trophy Ridge Sights. The fierce science of dead certain accuracy.
Blind Turtle, the best in high-value hunting blinds.
Ripcord Ace. The #1 fall-away arrow rest. Buck Forage. The preferred forage for wildlife.
Hollywood Hunter is also brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Boy, Freddy and Matt are knocking them down and stacking them up. They're taking home some great memories thanks to Freaky Did Toy Safaris.
So we're wrapping up and had the most incredible time. Knocked out a bunch of big animals between Matt and I, and we decided to stop and see Fricky's daughter and schoolmates because they heard the Hollywood Hunter was in town. I'd love to go to local school here in Africa and meet the kids and share a little bit of stories of conservation and kind of why we do what we do. We love to educate kids because they are our foundation, they're the next generation, and they're the ones that are carrying the torch. This is my 3rd trip to Africa, and I love it so much because you guys are such great people. I live in Los Angeles, California. Anyone ever hear of Hollywood? Who are some famous people that you know of?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, yeah. You're supposed to say the Hollywood Hunter. Spend a few minutes to meet the kids. It's a close village school to where we're hunting and to share a few stories. They had heard the Hollywood Hunters in town, and I'm more than humbled to be here and spend some time. It's a pleasure being here with all of you. I just want to share a few minutes. I think the best way to introduce what we do and who we are is through a few-minute video of Hollywood Hunter, which we've been in the States and in Canada and all over Europe with television on multi-different networks. So I actually got into the outdoors and shooting bows and guns and hunting when I was in 1st grade. I realized that if I was to chase the thing that was most important to me, and that was my passion, and that was the outdoors. That was anything to do with the outdoors. To me, in life, it's about finding the things, guys, that are important to you and pursuing them long term, and you'll never work a day in your life. We just had the vision and the idea to follow what we really felt was in our heart. And it doesn't matter if you hunt or if you don't, but it's that whatever it is that you decide to do as you guys grow up, is that you believe in what you do and you stand strong for what you believe. Thank you, guys. So cute. All together first. So this is the morning we're taking off. I got everything packed. So Ricky says, I just spotted a big eland. So I was right up and moving. I pull my bow out of my SKB case and we go rocking down the road. If you really want to taunt the Hollywood hunter, is you put a world-class animal in front of them. I drop my bow back, it's a clear shot 25 yards. What a way to wrap up Africa with one of the most gorgeous, massive beasts on the planet. Look how heavy he is. Look how long he is. That is an absolute world-class eland, my friends. This is the biggest plains game animal in the world. Fricky said if you're lucky enough to have him come into the stand, he's yours.
Man, what a beauty. Oh, gosh. There's gonna be a lot of happy families, you know, because this is some good eating.
Oh my gosh.
The orphanage, the village,
Yep,
you know.
yep, the schools, the workers, bro. And to have you here with me on this, this is remarkable. This is the last evening of the hunt. I was told if I get an opportunity with this beautiful guy to bring him home. And this is one of the biggest eland I've ever seen in my life. These are the best eating animal I've ever had. And there's gonna be a lot of people with a lot of smiles when they get this on their plate.
Closed captioning has been brought to you by Bear Archery.
Wow, it was really cool to see how much Freddy and Matt bonded. Obviously, that pursuit together, all the training that it took to get to that place, what they were able to do with what they hunted. Bringing the meats to the orphanage was one of the most tear-jerking moments for me. You wouldn't ever be able to picture how the community there responds to meat like that until you see it. My husband and Matt were able to bring that to them. I know that was really important for Freddy.